Hi, my name is Sigil. I'm here to share my experience of my life, my short life here on Earth, and how I died. I died when I was 6 years old. I had never gone to school. I was raised by my mother alone, and my mother was a prostitute. And when she fell pregnant with me, she decided that she couldn't kill me through having an abortion. So she then decided to have me. And when I was a girl, she was very much ecstatic about that, because as I was 4 or 5 years old, I actually grew up with all sorts of different males. My mother saw me as an opportunity to make more money within her business of prostitution. So ever since I was a baby, she would specifically attract men that had the sexual inner desires of fondling children, babies, very young children. And there are men and even women that exist in this world that have such inner sexual desires. So ever since I was a baby, she would keep me within her room, within the confinements of her room, within an apartment within which she stayed that was quite interestingly set up with all sorts of cloths and decorations and lights. And she had this huge bed in the center of the room, and then we had our kitchen to the right corner, and our bathroom was at the back, and then you had the door entrance in which you come in, and it was one of those big gypsy princess beds, all colorful. There were all sorts of colors: red, purple, orange, yellow, black, white, pearl, pink. It was a magnificent room. And I had my crib always to the left of the apartment room, because when you come in, my crib would be straight before you, in front of you at the back. And she would bring men that specifically had such inner sexual desires of fondling with children, and she made extra money from that perspective. So I didn't know another life. And when I was 3, 4, 5, and 6, I would join her in the bed with the male she had brought, and I would usually lie with my hands at the back of my head and my legs open. We did lots of exercises, so we were both quite flexible, and my legs would always be open, and I would just lie there and smile and open my eyes very wide and smile and open myself up completely, and then the male would fondle me. She never allowed penetration, only fondling. With her, she allowed penetration. Sometimes when she had sex with a male, I would have to touch his penis or put my finger in his bum or something like that, which was alright. It was natural to me. As interestingly sick it might sound. And then one evening she brought home a male he was quite hugely built. He was sweaty. I remember him because he was rather different to all the other males that we had brought before, or that my mother had brought before. And again I undressed myself and I laid myself down on the big bed. My mother had just her see-through gown on, and then you can see her naked body underneath it. And she had this big red hair, big eyes, fair skin. She was beautiful. And I had black hair. And he undressed himself and he came onto the bed, and then he did something that hadn't happened before. He hit my mother right by her head and knocked her unconscious, and I was so afraid because everything just stopped and I froze completely, entirely. I just froze, and he held me by my wrists down, and he held me so tight that my wrists broke. He held me like that, and my wrists, my left wrist fractured, my right wrist broke, and he penetrated me hard and fierce over and over and over again inside my body. And because of his robust nature with regards to penetrating me over and over and over again, and then at the same time he would handle me like I was some sort of soft toy, hold me, penetrate me with his fingers, with his penis, put me on top of him, and bones broke and my body gave in completely because he handled me as though I didn't have a physical structure. And then I died, and he took my body. He took a plastic bag from the kitchen, and he drove off in his car with me. And to this day, my mother is still looking for me. And this happened 14 months ago. And she cannot go to the police or anything like that. So to her, I'm gone at this moment. And that's what happened to me when I was 6 years old in this world within which we currently exist. Thank you.